Hello, my name is Crystal Puentes, and this week's Ethics Corner is to discuss our ethical position on women's reproductive health. Please include evidence of current legislation to support your position. So, since we live in the state of Texas, I'll be discussing the bills that were passed. One of the bills that was passed this year that actually caused a lot of talking because it concerns women's reproductive health. It is a bill that was passed on June 16, 2021. It is HB 1280. So basically, this bill took away women's rights. So ethically, is that okay? I mean, I would say no. Ethically, it is not okay. It kind of just, it's kind of tricky just because is it ethically okay to make a woman have to carry a pregnancy if that's not what they're wanting? Or ethically, is it okay for women to abort children or babies, technically? So that's kind of the issue as to why this, bill was passed, because it's was created to, I guess, protect from babies being aborted. But it took away women's rights. So the bill bans all abortions unless, if you look at Section B, it says the prohibition under subsection A does not apply if the person performing, inducing, or attempting the abortion is a licensed physician in the exercise of reasonable medical judgment. The pregnant female on whom the abortion is performed, induced, or attempted has a life-threatening physical condition aggravated by the pregnancy that places a female at risk of death or poses a serious risk of substantial impairment of a major bodily function unless the abortion is performed or induced, and the person performs, induces, or attempts abortion in a manner that, in the exercise of reasonable medical judgment, provides the best opportunity for the unborn child to survive, unless, in the reasonable medical judgment, that manner would create a greater risk of the pregnant female's death or a serious risk of substantial impairment of a major bodily function of the pregnant female. So unless, they were close to death or in a very precarious situation where, they're basically unstable and they have a high risk of dying, that's the only reason that the abortion would be allowed. Other than that, if the woman is raped, or if there's incest involved, the woman is not allowed to have an abortion in the state of Texas. Basically, at that point, they would just have to go to a different state to get this abortion, which we know a lot of people can't afford that. So that's problematic. In my ethical opinion, am I all for abortions? It's kind of hard to know that some babies are aborted before they even get a chance at living. However, I will say this. Our system, like fostering and things of that nature, like CPS and all that, they're all extremely overwhelmed. I mean, these children are kept in, it's sad in what type of conditions they're kept in because there's not enough people to foster all of these kids. Basically they're sitting in some person's office or in hotels or wherever they're holding these children because, there's no place to put them. So for some of these people that are wanting to abort, these kids, if they do carry them to term and give birth and still don't want them, where do they end up? Still in the same system. Ethically, I don't think that's okay. I don't think that, some kids have to be put through that suffering just because, that woman didn't want that child because they got raped. It's their rapist baby, or, because of incest, or just because they, didn't want to be a mother yet, Ethically, that's where I stand. I feel like it creates a lot more suffering when women are not given the choice to abort. Unfortunately, I mean, it's when you look at it that way, I feel like It's not okay. So there are two, sorry, there are two proposals that were made to help kind of counteract this bill. So there's HR 3576. This one was introduced to the House on May 28, 2021. It's called the Reproductive Rights, our Human Rights Act of 2021. Let me see. And then there's another bill, S4641, Abortion is Healthcare Everywhere Act of 2022. That was introduced to the Senate in July 27, 2022. So basically, both of those bills were created to help protect women's rights. So the Abortion is Healthcare Everywhere Act of 2022. So basically, this one includes a statement of U.S. policy regarding safe abortion and working to end unsafe abortions. So it's basically trying to protect women to allow them to have safe abortions, because you keep in mind that if these women really don't want this child, some of them may go and try and have like a back alley abortion, or, you know, just try like some weird teas or some pills from Mexico, wherever, and can, you know, cause them harm. So basically that bill is trying to help protect women from, you know, allowing them to have the option to have a safe abortion, which is, I think, ethically is a lot better than, you know, women having to suffer just because they're not wanting the pregnancy. So there is that one. And then, let me see if I can. So Reproductive Rights are Human Rights Act of 2021. So this is, this one amends existing laws to require annual reporting by the Department of State on Human Rights to include description of the rates, causes of pregnancy-related injuries or deaths, violence against women, and access to family planning. This would also help because Texas is now kind of being considered one of the most dangerous places to be pregnant because of the law that was placed. We already have like a high maternal death rate. So definitely that bill that was passed makes it even worse. So this would help kind of monitor and look into it deeper and, you know, force, you know, people to, or facilities to report any type of pregnancy-related injuries and deaths, even the ones that were due because of them trying to go through an unsafe abortion. So both of those bills are currently being introduced, hopefully trying to help the current situation that we're in. Also, with the current election that just went by, I did go vote for Beto. I know he's against the bill as well and would like to, you know, help women with that by removing the bill or introducing a different bill, appealing it, or however he's wanting to go by it. So I definitely ethically believe that that bill, that HB 1280 is not okay, and I believe that women should have the right to have an abortion safely. Thank you for listening.